Hello everybody and welcome back to Driversroom Sunday League. We are here in round number 4 at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore in Italy. We are going to race on the Grand Prix layout, which is 5.809 kilometers long or 3.610 miles. Got 17 turns, some of which are very iconic, such as the big banky boy at the end of the back straight, and also the S's in between the first and second sector. Now, this race is gonna be in a bit of a different style than you're normally used to see on this channel. It is a dual live commentary between myself and Kemaru. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of my point of view of the race. So to make up for that, I'm gonna show you Kemaru's point of view of the race, but you will still hear both our commentaries at the same time. Now, let's head to track and see what this race will bring us.
So it's Slipstream on pole with AG alongside him, then the two Germans. Mr. Sean is in 5th place, with Flappy in 6th. Urk is in 7th, 8th is for Mark GT, and last is for Ivano. The 5 red lights are being shown.
Okay.
And it's lights out and away we go, and Slipstream gets a good start.
Oh, Ivano
AG
is
draws
sleeping.
alongside. Into turn number 1, Slipstream has the inside line. And Slipstream stays ahead of AG and Too Fast. Meanwhile, Mr. Sean behind has improved to 4th place. With Gary now in 5th place. Gary, I believe, the only driver to have the Diablo.
Yeah, in tier 1. It could be a few more in tier 2. Oh, and we have a spinner. Who is that behind? Urk.
That is Urk. Urk has spun round. Not sure what caused that, but
could be oversteer, a wheel on the grass, something. Oh, and we saw Too Fast still struggling with the chicane.
As he actually pops a little wheelie heading into Big Banky Boy.
Yeah.
Flappy goes on the inside line. Mr. Sean tries to fight it as well. Too Fast now down to 5th place. Has the inside line for the next left-hander, which will become the outside line. But it is not necessary for him. Flappy is already through up to 4th place.
Gary's in 3rd now.
But there's already a gap forming to the cars ahead. Slipstream and AG already 3 seconds clear of Gary.
They must be using a secret nitro fuel to have gotten that big of a gap already. 2:01 for Slipstream.
And Ivano is smoking on the final corner. He spun out. I was gonna make a joke about Ferraris and smoking. But, he is able to continue on. Oh, but he has dropped it. He has dropped it on the entry to turn number 2, and he just had a little touch with the barrier, which resulted in him getting a 5-second penalty already. So not a great start for the Italian on his home turf, in his homemade car almost.
Seems like the bad luck just follows Ivano around.
Yes, unfortunately for him it seems to be the case. But up ahead, Gary has managed to pull away slightly from Too Fast, and now Flappy is gonna have a go on Too Fast. Too Fast, of course, with that downforce, might not be that good in a straight line.
Well, we did see Too Fast to be the only Ferrari F40 right now to almost lift off in the downhill.
Maybe he was playing games with us and he has actually got no downforce at all.
Maybe.
But Slipstream is running away with it currently. Almost 1.5 seconds clear of AG behind. And that only after 2 laps. Gary has made a mistake and Gary's off. Gary is off at the penultimate corner. Gary has hit the barrier and drops down all the way to 7th place. It will become 8th place after he serves his penalty, because Erk is already very close to him. But he lost about 15 seconds in that one incident, and that will become even more once he serves his penalty. He does hang around the outside of Erk, so he is still racing for that position, although he is gonna lose it once he serves his penalty.
Well, that makes it clear air for Too Fast and Flappy for the moment, and Mr. Sean, all in a tight, neat little. Oh, I've completely lost my word again.
Happens.
Yep. Just how it is with me. Wow. Yeah. Slipstream.
Oh,
is just,
somebody's off. Mr. Sean is off. Mr. Sean has spun himself out, coming up to the back straight. Gary has lost it again as well. Both of them have got a 10-second penalty.
Oh.
Gary serves this lap, and Mr. Sean will serve it next lap. Oh, but there was a big hit from Mr. Sean. Both front and rear damage.
Ivano also with a 10-second penalty, so he's been off a few times.
People are struggling a big time. AG has lost it as well.
Oh.
He's down to 4th place. And Slipstream is now 10 seconds in the lead, only after 3 racing laps. That's very impressive. Too Fast is in 2nd currently, just ahead of Flappy and AG. Erk has got a 3-second penalty for track extension. Though it has already kicked off. And sadly for Ivano, very far behind. Hopefully he can catch up with, he's having very big difficulties with this car. Seemingly having a very much difficulty, but keeping it under control.
Like I said, I drove this car in GT Sport. I remember the track as well, the Dragon Trail Gardens, and yeah, a lot of people were having difficulties, and it seems like that has not changed in GT7.
But it does not mean they are not getting racy. AG just overtook Flappy through the 2nd sector, heading up into the twisty bit of the circuit. And AG now up to 3rd place, ahead of Flappy.
Slipstream almost 10 seconds, 11 seconds in front of Too Fast. AG closing in on Too Fast.
He is certainly closing in. He has closed it by about a second, only in the last sector. As it will also be a bit of a fuel saving strategy, seeing that most drivers are already at halfway fuel. So it will probably be a one-stopper at the middle of the race, at the 15-minute mark. We will be most likely to see people coming in for their one and only pit stop.
Do you think they will, well, it seems like some people will probably change their tires, but I see from Too Fast, his tires is extremely good at the moment.
Yes, it is.
AG has used a lot more of his. Flappy has a decent, yeah, I think maybe AG has used a little bit in his spin.
Yeah, although I don't think it's worth the time gained on your competitors by not changing tires. I think you much rather want to change your tires and have fresh tires just like everybody else. Because the time loss with not changing tires is only about 4-5 seconds maybe at maximum. And you can see with the how treacherous this car is and how difficult it is to handle and keep it on the circuit. Bad tires will not make any improvement on that case. I think AG's tire wear is also pretty bad because of his incident. If he had a spin, yeah, that will definitely hurt the tires.
Oh yeah.
So I think they are pretty even. Last lap for AG was a 1:56.3. For Tuvas it was a 1:56.0, which is his personal best as well. But still, AG very close to the back of Tuvas. Tuvas actually goes in deep, and AG will pick him off, and AG will be up to second place. Tuvas just having a slight driver error.
AG just saying thank you and goodbye.
Yes, I think he will be very thankful for that, not having to fight that hard to get that second place. As I think this battle will only be for second place. First place, Slipstream, is long gone.
Yeah, Slipstream is in a league of his own at the moment.
"12 seconds in front of AG.
Doesn't sound like much, but as we can see on the map as well, he is quite the distance ahead.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that AG had a bit of a weird line coming into the big banky boy. And he has another slide onto the grass, keeps it on the road. AG is now pushing it, but at some point it will be very painful for him after he has hit a barrier. But until then, he wants to stretch away from Too Fast. Seems that mostly through the third and fourth sector, AG is quick.
Yeah, Too Fast is gaining a little bit in Sector 1. Maybe not too much. Flappy is trying to catch up, but stabilized distance between them.
And behind, in 6th place, it's currently Mark GT, but he has got a 10-second penalty for a collision twice with the barrier. The last collision being on the penultimate corner of the circuit.
Well, that's going to drop him behind Gary after he serves the penalty.
It will even drop him behind Mr. Sean.
And as we can see, Gary has chewed up his front tires in that Lambo.
but luckily for him, only one more lap. Probably once he crosses the start-finish line, one lap left for him to go until he gets. He will get some fresh rubber.
Slipstream coming in to start lap 8. AG's gotten himself a second lead on Too Fast.
Yeah, I believe AG did make a mistake. Because he, or at least, well, never mind. Forget what I said. It's clear that Slipstream is the fastest man on circuit right now, even going purple to the first sector on his in lap. That's very impressive. Gary is already in.
Yeah, those tires were probably done, as we see Sean and Mark GT follows. And the
Ivana
Mark
has retired.
Oh, okay.
So that's unfortunate. Although I understand it in his situation, being about 30 seconds behind your nearest competitor.
Mark has drained the fuel tank on that Ferrari, and Too Fast is looking very low on fuel as well. Same with AG, and Slipstream still not in the red.
And this is very interesting. Mr. Sean has jumped Gary in the pit stops, but Mr. Sean only put in 66% fuel.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a long stretch. Gary put in 83% fuel, which is a bit better, and Mark GT almost filled it completely, but 66%.
That could be a little low. Slipstream with 10%.
Very low. And AG with a second penalty as well for corner cutting. Only with 4%. Flappy continues on for another lap. With only 10% left of his fuel, he needs to do some serious fuel saving if he wants to reach the end.
He is trying to go for the undercut right now to have the best in lap he can.
Well, that would be the overcut, right? He's staying out longer than everybody else.
Yeah, maybe that's all. Yeah, I have no clue about those terms.
You're just saying random stuff and hoping that it is correct.
I'll probably hear it later. Overcut, undercut. Yeah, you're probably right about that overcut.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the live chat can clear stuff up.
Flappy will have to do the best lap of the race right now.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a difficult one with that fuel saving.
Yeah.
And Urk comes out of the pits just ahead of Mr. Sean and Gary. So for them, the undercut did not work. Urk now ahead of the two of them. He was already ahead before they got their pit stops done, but
well,
still.
AG will lose his third now, I think, because of the penalty. Or will he be able to hold on to it? Too Fast coming through.
Too Fast even hitting the barrier on the left hand side. And almost into the gravel. He has got the inside line. Beautiful racing from the two of them. Flappy has reached the pit entry with 0% fuel left.
That is perfectly timed from Flappy.
But between AG and Too Fast, it has been very close. could this penalty have resulted in them not gaining the advantage over Flappy? It seems like Flappy is coming out of the pits alongside with Too Fast. Ooh, it's gonna be very close between AG and Flappy. But Flappy did overcut Too Fast, it seems.
Managed to get one position out of that. He's going to be under massive pressure from Too Fast.
Yeah, but even so, Too Fast has the worst tires and more fuel, but he doesn't care. Too Fast is still going for the move. Flappy has the switchback, but a massive tank slapper from Flappy will give Too Fast the breathing space heading up the hill to not fight alongside with Flappy. But
well,
that cutback could have been very, very useful.
Another thing to consider is that AG and Too Fast has one lap warmer tires than Flappy at the moment.
That's true. That's
they
very
do have a little bit better grip. Oh, AG really pushing the limits out of the Ferrari. You can see him just losing the rear end all the time. Or is that possibly the little bit of lag we have on screen?
I think it's mostly that lag, but I would not be surprised if there was also a bit of sliding going on. I see that Gary has also gone up to fifth place, sorry, and Urk now down to 6th. So Gary showing that the Diablo can still overtake cars, although or on paper it should be worse.
Well, this is the first race Gary is back in for a while, and as I heard, the backup car is not eligible for points, so he's going to be racing this race without receiving any points. But that's how it is for not having the car.
It is. Oh, wow.
As far as I've understood it in Discord.
I will quickly double check. Oh yeah, if you don't have the F40, you can turn up in whatever you like, but you don't get points.
As long as it's competitive enough, and it seems the Lambo surely is that.
Well, if I knew that, I would have turned up with the SRT Tomahawk. Imagine the grid lineup. Yeah. Tomahawk in first, then just some old crappy F40s behind. Everybody would have been lapped before they could even get to the pit stops.
Yeah. Oh. Sounds and looks like AG is really pushing the F40 to its limits.
Yes, the sliding around has been pretty significant. Meanwhile, Slipstream in first has pulled the gap to 21.5 seconds.
Jeez.
And even put in a new fastest lap, a 1:54.6.
I wonder how the hell he's driving so fast.
Yeah, to put it into perception, I don't know, sir. Too fastest lap is 1.5 seconds slower. Seconds, not tenths. Seconds. So yeah, that's almighty quick.
Rice, I think Nessie found Slipstream in the toolbox of toolboxes and brought him into DR.
Yeah, I believe it was some online races he did.
Could be. Urk is in front of Gary again, so I think Gary must have had an incident, or was, yeah.
Yes, his last lap was a 2 minute 1.8, which is about 2 seconds slower, maybe even 3 seconds slower than you would normally see. So he sure made some sort of mistake, and Urk capitalized on that, which put him into 5th place.
Mark GT just trying to catch up with the guys in front of him.
He is pushing. His last lap was a personal best, a 158.4.
Oh, and we have AG with a full drift mode. The fact that he's actually keeping the car on track.
Oh, but again he catches some grass with his rear left tire again, and again. My goodness. If he wants to sign up for a drift competition, I think everybody else would run away in fear. This guy can drift whilst it's not even the objective.
He could be in the Gymkhana Nationals.
Yes. Still, but the battle for second place has been very close. Of course, AG the quickest of them all, but still Too Fast and Flappy can keep up. Flappy getting a great run through that third sector.
He's closing in on Too Fast.
He is certainly closing in, as AG again with a big slide out of the penultimate corner. So one day it's gonna go wrong, and with only 2 more laps left to go,
I think Flappy's lining up. Oh, and Too Fast with a big spin into turn 1.
keeps it pinned on the apex, no cutback possibility for Flappy. It was surely a very hairy moment for Too Fast into turn number 1. Suddenly the car just went left when it should have gone straight.
It's a miracle he actually kept it on the black stuff.
Yeah. Only lost about 5/10 to his personal best, only in the first sector, so that's pretty reasonable.
He's closed in on AG a little bit again. Oh, and he's right up AG's gearbox at this time.
Yes, it's interesting to see how quickly it can turn around. At one moment Too Fast is under threat of losing the position. Now he is threatening AG for the position. Now into the final sector. Again, AG seems to be a bit quicker through that sector.
Very wide for AG.
He has gone very wide, and that will surely give Too Fast the place. Yes, it will. Almost spins out.
AG is not in control. Flappy trying to go past on the outside. That's not going to work. AG's got it covered on the inside, I think. Flappy managed to make the move on the outside. Holy crap.
Wow. You can see just a little mistake from AG in that final sector will cost him 2 positions.
But if you notice something else, low power, it's the tires. Look at the Too Fast and Flappy's tires versus AG.
Well, yeah, AG has been sliding very much. Also, something to note, Flappy is below 10% of fuel.
Ooh, but yeah, this will be the... Will it be
It will be the final lap.
Are you sure?
No, this is the final lap, yes. Well, not for Slipstream. Maybe not for Too Fast, but I believe so that it will be the final lap for Flappy. And if not, then I will hope for him that it will be the last lap for AG then. AG is also below 10% of fuel at this point.
They might have to do some serious fuel saving.
Too Fast is also below 10% of fuel, so it will be a very slow lap for him if he manages to go on for another lap.
Oh, he went into auto drive briefly. Flappy's caught up a lot.
And I think for the first time in this race, Slipstream made a mistake. His last lap was 4.7 seconds slower than his personal best. Even the gap to second place dropped below 20 seconds.
You were right. Last lap for Flappy Too Fast and AG.
Yes, so Too Fast comes home in second place. Ahead of Flappy, Dennis AG, who is sliding across the finish line, celebrating almost.
He did a Jason Haldir a little too prematurely.
Yeah, he might have. Anyway, AG comes home in fourth place. Then it is gonna be Urk, at least if he can hold it for the final corner. Urk will finish in fifth place, which is a very good result for him. Then gonna be Gary in sixth place in the Diablo, and Mr. Sean will finish just behind him in seventh place. Mark T, he comes around the final corner and he will finish in eighth. But Slipstream, man oh man oh man,
he has been dominating today.
He has driven that car absolutely to the limit, maybe even 110%. He has been in control for this race since the lights went out. A little challenge from AG into turn 1 could not scare him off. Slipstream will come round the final corner for the final time, for the 16th time. He will power it through. And Slipstream is gonna win round number 4 of the Driversroom Sunday League. Very well done.
Congratulations to all of the drivers and the top 3 for actually finishing this difficult race.
Yeah, it was a very difficult race. Luckily for Too Fast, he manages to not spin out after that chicane. Like he did in qualifying. So luckily for him, he kept it pointed the right direction and he got a second place out of it. And yeah, unfortunately for AG, the final couple of laps were really tough for him on his rear tires especially. And that has probably cost him the podium place.
Yeah.
So yeah, indeed, very well done to everybody on the field. And at home, I hope you enjoyed this race as well. It was a tough battle for second place and also for fifth place, has to be said, between Gary and Mr. Sean.
And start up the DRFS stream. So thank you all and see you next time.
Bye bye.